Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is still the press on Kaftan Television and we are reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Well, right now I've been joined by two amazing people in the studio to analyze some of the headlines that made it to our national dailies. And of course, let me also remind you that this is the conversation segment where you can of course call in to give in your contribution or ask a question. But mind you, you have just about 60 seconds to do that. Well, to my right, I have Masha Allah, who is the Sports Deputy Director. And of course, to my left, I have Ambassador Samuel Danjuma, who is North Central Zonal Coordinator of APC Awareness Forum. Gentlemen, you're both welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you join us this morning.
Same here.
Let me start by asking, we know that it's been weeks or let me say days of the nation or the Nigerian country being in tension due to the nationwide hunger protests. And obviously, the way it looks from Abuja here, people are beginning to get back to their normal lives, businesses and work, of course. But like before we see some of the headlines that made it to our national dailies, what is your take about the hunger protest?
To be fair to Nigerians, I said this earlier this week on Monday. Yes, there's hunger in the land, no doubt about that. But the protest in the first place wasn't necessary. And I say this, why wasn't it necessary? Is because, yes, protest is the right of every citizen, no doubt, is in the Constitution. But we should also know that where your own rights stop, that's where another person's right starts. And because of the complexity of our nation, we all knew that it was not going to give the needed result because it was going to be hijacked along the line, and we can see that it has cost us more harm, it has done more damage to the economy than even what they intended to achieve at the end of the day. Yes, there's hunger. Government is doing everything possible to make sure that Nigerians are fine. I think the president is a listening one, because at the close of my section on Monday, I said it, that the president is the father of the nation. He should not listen to his aides. He should come and speak to the people. The people needs to hear from him. I think there's a video that started flying on the internet since the day before yesterday and yesterday, where the president was appealing to the people to give him more time to deliver. The president.
Sorry to cut you short. You said the president said the people should give him more time, and let's not just even go the statistic of a Nigerian inflation rate, because we all know from just all of a sudden from 28% to about 40% now and even more. And you said the president is saying that people should give him more time. Of course, people are going to give him more time, but with his 1 year in office, everything seemed to have gone beyond what was expected. And how much more time do you think Nigerians should give Mr. President, considering the rate of hunger, insecurity, and everything that is happening in Nigeria as we speak?
Now, before the coming of this administration, it has been, what we are going through today did not start now. Did not start in the previous administration. Did not even start in Jonathan's administration. Okay. It was a problem that has been on for a long period of time, and you don't expect it to be fixed in just 1 year. I remember in 2014, I always say this, when the Jonathan administration, at the tail end of the Jonathan administration, the Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister of the Economy, then Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, came out to say it categorically that whoever is going to take over from Jonathan, if you don't put in a proper economic policy, Nigeria is heading for the doom. And here we are. I could remember in this country when Jonathan said he was going to save for the rainy day, the same governor, 36 governors, sued the federal government up to Supreme Court to say, no, give us our money. See, the problem with Nigeria, and we should start telling Nigerians now, and is not with the president. The problem with Nigeria are with our governors. I tell people to take a lead from the governor of Kogi and the governor of Niger State. These two young men are doing excellently well. The government has, what people don't know is that from the time of the removal of subsidy till today, allocations going to state has tripled from what it used to be. Now we should start asking our governors, what are they doing with those money? Kogi State governor is doing excellently well. Niger State governor is doing excellently well. We could see projects and the rest of them. Worker salary in Kogi is no more an issue. Pensions are no more an issue. Projects are going on. In Niger, the same thing. What are the remaining 34 governors doing with the money getting to them? Lagos State is also doing excellently well too. Then you look at what Lagos State governor is doing. And so we should start asking questions. If you look at this protest, the heat was in the north. And why? Because in the north, the level of out of school children is alarming. I had Nasarawa State governor saying that 85% of those who came out to protest were largely children, even up to 5 years old. And if you ask them what were they protesting for, they don't even know. So it is high time the governors up north sit up and begin to use the money for the people, and do things to better the lives of the people.
All right, I'll come back to you, but shortly before then, mashallah, let me say.
Sidi Ali.
Sidi Ali, mashallah. Okay, let me say. Did you think that this protest, this hunger protest, achieved its objective?
First of all, I want to say good morning all to our viewers. Your question, you have viewed at the right point, since today is the output of the protest. This protest, we can say that it have an output, but before seeing the output, or